And we are back.
We are.
Hello.
Welcome back to Adventure's Edge, Heroes of the Vale.
Hello.
Hey. Are you going to say it?
Episode 13.
Yay.
Oh my gosh. Try to get away from it, and now it's just a gag.
You want to be more serious? Yes, of course it's episode 13. Shall we go on?
How are you guys doing?
Super great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has been
Awesome sauce.
It has been a hot minute since we've recorded.
Yes. Why are you giving away the stuff?
IRL.
You know what? This show is nothing but real.
like
No facades here.
you're like, well, we have no curtains. Come on, look right into the house.
Right on in.
Yep.
Don wouldn't even have the green curtain if he was the wizard.
No.
He'd
he's
walk
just
right
like-
into the big palace and he'd be there, right in the front.
Here, I'm twisting these knobs, and then that makes this thing project. Yeah.
But isn't it cool looking?
Yeah, right.
Oh, speaking of which, this has nothing to do with anything, but there's this coffee maker, and now I can't remember the name of it, which makes this story stupid. So you might want to just cut all of this.
I don't cut anything.
But I showed you that coffee maker that I want, and it literally looks like an alchemy lab.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
It's like it's a vacuum
Bubbling
burner
brew. Yeah.
lab, and it says it like takes 14 minutes to brew a cup of coffee. But I'm like, you set it on your counter, and it's like glass and brass and
Oh, cool.
ooh, and it uses a little flame, and I'm like,
It's like if you want your kitchen to be steampunk or something.
yeah, and I'm like, I can wait I can't
Yeah.
wait 14 minutes for a cup of coffee. But
Can I make a good cup of coffee?
people say it's a really good cup of coffee. It just, if you want your kitchen to look like, you're doing alchemy, I got to figure out what the name of it is.
Or you could put like Mountain Dew in there bubbling, and it'll really look very acidic or poisonous, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know that would taste good.
I doubt it.
No.
Hot Mountain Dew.
There's someone who made Mountain Dew into moonshine.
Really?
What?
Yeah, it's
Really?
not in Australia because it's illegal to do it in the United States. Yeah,
Why
because
is it
Mountain
a-
Dew is technically like is a word for moonshine. They call it Mountain Dew.
That's where it
Oh,
comes
yeah.
from.
So these guys in Australia take different things like Kool-Aid and stuff, and they make moonshine out of it. But they have to do it in a different country because you have to have licenses and stuff here in the United States. So they did it in Australia. They took a whole bunch of Mountain Dew and made a moonshine out of it. And they said, it's better than we thought it would be.
Which may not be good.
Yeah.
Plenty of sugar, in it. So
Interesting. Okay.
It's like a siphon coffee maker, Belgian.
the Belgians, of course.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
So if we could get an endorsement by that'd be great.
We're big in Belgium.
Yeah. Oh, but they're just
Then one
so
listener might be the
pretty.
CEO of this company. We never know. It's a small world.
Yeah.
Could be.
They're gorgeous. Siphon technology. I've never used this, so I'm not endorsing this product other than it is pretty.
It's pretty.
Yes.
Okay.
But if any of our listeners have used one and want to like send a message and let me know about it, I would love to hear. That's it. Sorry. Okay.
Okay.
We'll get on with the story now.
Yep.
We will get on with
Now
the
from your
story.
sponsors.
Sorry.
If we ever get advertisements, we'll
Yeah.
we'll look at that.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I have no idea what we're doing. So do one of you want to do any sort of like catch up, recap?
Yeah. We
No.
all do. Smurfin'
So, we went to the lumber camp, and there's a bunch of people there, and we decided to come in from the trees. And yeah, there's a bunch of buildings, and we're not going to talk about all the buildings because most of them were pretty boring. Like there's grinding, building, and leatherworking, building, and blah, 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 blah. But then we found the foreman's office. And in the foreman's office, what did you find, Pike?
Well, I haven't truly gone in there yet. I'm kind of psychically observing the foreman, Mylan, who is afraid and worried that everything's going to catch up to him. And I was anticipating possibly doing something interesting because we are on a timer. We put a guard to sleep.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
I don't know why a lumberyard has so many guards, but we did run into one and we put him to sleep as opposed to, in quotes, to sleep, which most groups would probably do. But he's going to wake up, and we don't want to be around when he does.
You put him to sleep, but you didn't tuck him in.
Yeah,
That's what it was.
exactly.
We put him to sleep, didn't tuck him in.
I was not there when you put him to sleep. That's right. I forgot that you put him to sleep because if I had been there, things would have happened differently.
It would have been a tucking in.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes. But then I think you had the feeling that Mylan has a feeling of impending doom.
Yes.
Yes.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yes. And then in the building next to the foreman's office, there's another office and room,
Mm-hmm.
which also has a bed. And I guess we're not certain, but we think this might be, I guess I'm guessing that this might be Osbert's,
Mm-hmm.
The big men.
the
The
big
big man.
man's. And so Darun and I snuck into there, but I'm a small, weak fairy.
And I'm a rat man.
And Darun is currently in rat form, and there are things that we can't open. And so we called for Ismi to come and help
Mm-hmm.
because there is a magically locked Narnia-like cabinet and
Mhm.
chest. Yes?
You got it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's where we are.
That's where we are. And that's a wrap. Thanks, guys. Good to have you back at the table.
We split the party.
It's getting less unsplit.
You're not, well, you know what? You're not that far from each other. I mean,
Yeah.
Pike is only like 35, 40 feet away.
Yeah.
Yeah, 40. It looks like about 40 feet.
Yeah. So he could come join you if he so chose.
And I think we know why there's so many guards at this lumber camp. It's because there are nefarious goings on at this lumber camp.
Yeah.
This is not your average lumber camp.
Not your average lumber camp.
So, shall we?
We shall. Let's do it. So we will. Who wants to go first? Pike. I felt like we ended with the other crew. So why don't we start with Pike? Since you are out there, you are cloaked in shadow, nestled against the side of this like 20 by 20 little log cabin, psychically eavesdropping on poor Mylan, who seems to be melting down. And you get a sense of your friends are feeling some eager excitement, perhaps we could describe it that way. What do you want to do?
Okay, so with the pressure of the clock on me, I don't know exactly what everyone else is doing in the other room, but I do see an opportunity. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quietly go up to the door to Mylan's cabin.
Okay.
I'm going to open it, burst in, and say, "You're totally screwed. Everything's gone to crap, and someone's on their way to clean up the loose ends. If you want to live, you have to come with me."
Didn't see that coming.
He's not wrong.
Oh, no. I did not see that one coming.
I'm hoping that the paranoia that I'm feeling from him is
Yeah, I believe they call that the ball's in your court, Doug.
Come with me if you want to live.
Call him with me if you want.
Bluff, diplomacy, what?
Oh man, that's amazing. Okay,
Gosh.
okay. So you are standing there in the doorway. You give a little. So Milan was sitting at his desk. He had his hands. His head was in his hands. You can see he's kind of perspiring, and he like bolts, like he just straightens up. His back goes rigid as he looks at you as this otter stands there in the darkness in the back, illuminated by his dim lantern.
Hurry. I mean, they are not far behind me. We had to rush to get here. Just grab whatever evidence you can use to save your life and let's go.
Give me a diplomacy check. Let's see.
18.
Actually, so keeping that roll, what do you have? Bluff?
Yes.
Is it the
It's the same
the
bonus.
same bonus? Okay. Wow. Okay, so he will look at you in surprise, a little bit of horror. I mean, he doesn't know who you are. I mean, he would recognize you in a trolley. I think we established you don't specifically know him, I think.
Correct.
Okay. You know what? This is just so we're going to just do this. Because he had a lot of different things going on in his brain and you just broke it. So he will stand up, look around frantically, and he grabs what looks like a journal or something off his desk. And who are you?
I'm one of the investigators looking into the death of Thomas, and it's really caused some ripples, and some people are feeling threatened. I'm not going to name their names, but they've decided that the best thing to do is eliminate all the possible loose ends. The last guy I talked to was ripped apart to death by crows before I could get him to safety. I don't want that to happen to you.
So when you mention Thomas, you can see, I mean, like a kind of a cloud goes across his face. I mean, are you still sensing emotions like actively?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a sick guilt goes across it. And he will look around. He says, there's no escape. But he will take a step towards you.
You can do this. You've got to trust me, but we can get you out of this. And I gestured to the door.
Okay. Are you going out or what are you doing?
I'm going to let him go out first because I don't necessarily want him right behind me.
All right. Sure. He will step out into the.
Okay. If he does step out, then I'm going to go around him and I'm going to say, okay, as quietly as you can, follow me. And I'm going to lead him to the tree line.
Okay. I mean, he's looking around. He's feeling very unsure about everything right now. But you're coming across very commanding and convincing, and you think he's just not quite recovered his composure. So he will start walking. Like, are you going to kind of hurry?
Yep.
You're jogging towards the tree line.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then I mean that will, take you not even a minute to get over there. So you're just gonna go jogging off farther away with Mylan in tow.
I'm going to get him to the tree line, and I'm going to say, I've got some companions who are clearing up some loose ends and covering for your escape. Let's go a little bit further in to get you under cover, and they will join us.
Okay. So you guys run into the tree line, and you're stopping?
I'm getting him just a little bit in, and then, stopping.
Okay. He's looking around frantically. You can kind of see his eyes white in the dim moonlight streaming in through the trees. He's looking at you, very unsure. I mean, you little trolley person that he doesn't know. And you're sensing that he's experiencing a lot of doubt. So you're not sure what he's going to do, but at the moment he's standing there just unsure of his next action. And we're going to ponder that as we drop over here to where now Ismi, Zinnia, and Derun are in Osbert's cabin, where everything is weird and magically locked. And things are off to a start.
Okay. So, Ismi, can you unlock these? They're magically locked.
Can I unlock magically locked things? I don't have magic, but I do have disabled device.
Yeah, so you did that with the door last time.
Yep.
But we established that because they're mage locked, it's a really high DC, and you fished around and tried it and got it like in 3 or 4 shots. But yeah, it's really hard for you.
Okay.
So you can take 20, or you can start rolling. But you know that, because you're up against, you're hurrying here.
Okay, so
I can assist. No?
You can aid. You can aid, yeah. You can
Okay.
make so if you want to roll a disabled device,
Yes.
you can, we're going to go with it. You're a wizard. Okay, do it. Roll to aid, and then, give me a disabled device, and let's see if you can get that open.
21.
13.
Well,
Maybe
did
I
you
was doing
add
it.
double your proficiency?
Do we double proficient with an aid?
Well, you've got that trap finding.
Yeah, I think, though, that she needs to roll, if I remember, like an 18.
Okay.
Because it's basically, it's a DC 30.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So, in lieu of taking 20, just like,
You try again?
roll. Tell you what, make another roll. And then if she's close, you can roll.
13 again. I'm okay. You're going to the dice jail. 18.
Okay.
20 to aid.
All right. So, good job. That's pretty impressive. So, working together very quickly in 3 rounds, you bypass the magical defenses and temporarily remove the mage lock, allowing you to open up. And this is the wardrobe.
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 All right. While they're doing that, Darun, were you doing anything besides watching?
Yeah, I'm gonna look around the desk and see if I can crawl if there's drawers.
Oh, right, because you're still mouse form.
Yes, rat.
Rat. Whew.
Wouldn't want to get him that mix up in the rat world. Didn't mean to offend any rats out there or mice. I don't know how that goes.
Okay, so you're like crawling around on the desk looking for things.
I'm looking for letters or anything like that. Is there drawers, or is it just a 4-legged desk?
There's a drawer.
Can I get my little paw in it?
Sure. Yeah, you can get your little paw in it, open it up, and there are there's definitely some loose papers in there that look like either notes or letters.
Sorry.
Just drawings.
I was just wondering when you're in mouse or rat form,
Yeah.
do you just leave droppings like a
Absolutely. I'm a rat. Right?
Questions nobody had.
I look out for traps, rat traps,
Well,
Don't
we
eat
do
the rat
have a
poison.
history of discussing the size and shapes of various animal poops on the show.
Yes.
Apparently that's a special interest of mine.
We haven't had a good nature fact in a while.
Animal scat is
It's my MO, It's like what Darun was there here in rat form. Oh, a 3-pile rat poop.
Okay.
Yes, so I'm going to there's just the notes. No keys, nothing like that.
No, I'm sorry.
No, that's all right.
If you poop in rat form, but then you change back.
I don't know.
I was wondering.
I was wondering, and I didn't
I
say
wasn't
it.
going to say
I guess that's for you to decide.
Do the rat pellets stay rat pellets? Do they also magically?
Oh.
Yeah.
No, I
Consider
would
rat
assume they
pellets.
stay rat pellets.
Yeah. If I was to shed, it'd be a rat hair.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Once it's separated
or
from.
if I was a cat and to spit up a hairball, it'd be
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I enjoy these little mental
Yes,
exercises.
But it's up to you. If you want
Yeah.
to turn into a human turd on the desk, that's fine.
Oh.
Dwarf turn.
Yep, get it right. Okay, all right, so you're shuffling through his drawer, leaving little rat pellets.
Yeah.
I mean, I sure you start trying to make a little pile of papers on the desk. Because you may recall last time there was like a journal and some like a map with all these little points, and there was a book on ley lines.
Yes.
Which you had expressed, that was part of your excitement.
Sure. I want to gather as much stuff as I can if there's evidence here.
Okay.
Written for now until they figure those out.
All right. So, Ismay, do you open the wardrobe?
We've got it unlocked, yes. And I rifle.
Okay. Well, you see as you peer into it that there are a couple of cloaks here, but it's not full. Like there's just there's maybe some extras. But you see right away that the back of the wardrobe itself is a wooden wardrobe, but like it's built into a stone arch. Like imagine like you had a stone arch that was 6 feet tall and like 4 feet wide, and like a full frame, and then the wardrobe was like attached to that and built out. So basically, the stone arch is like the back legs. And then the head, like there was like wooden paneling on the sides of the wardrobe that was covering the exterior stone. But as soon as you open the wardrobe, you can see this weird arch in this wardrobe. And there's kind of a shimmer to it.
It's a portal?
You are detecting magic, so you think that genuinely Narnia awaits.
Well, I say that out loud. I say,
it's a portal.
I don't think we should go in there because we don't know what's going to be.
I rub my little rat hands.
And as I do that, I am carefully kind of getting the cloak of Zinnia because I know what Zinnia is like.
Because Zinnia wants to go right into the portal.
Exactly. So she's going to just kind of gently grab like the little cloak and I said, we don't want to go in there. We don't know who it is. And we don't have Pike with us.
But I think we should go in. This might be my only chance to see what's on the other side of the portal.
And again, if the portal leads to Crowman, we've got a problem. Remember what happened to the guy at the castle? We don't want that. We know it's here. We know he has a portal. Let's get evidence and let's get out because we're on a time frame.
But what if the portal disappears?
It's not going to disappear. If we have to come back, we know it's here. And as I'm doing this, I am just very gradually taking that cloak and I'm just trying to inch back with her, just kind of like she's fluttering and I'm just kind of flittering her back a little bit, just trying to get her away from the portal.
What do you want to do, Zinnia?
I want to fly into the portal.
No capes.
I'm sorry. This is really a struggle. Okay, I won't.
Flip a coin.
You could just take a peek.
That's what I want to do. Like, I just want to be like a quick, like, I'm just gonna go in real quick and come right back. Real quick.
We don't have time. Remember Sleeping Beauty? He's going to wake up and he's going to rouse people. We literally don't have time. I want to know what's behind there too. But we don't have time. We've got to get our evidence. We got to find out what she was looking for and we got to go.
Dayrune's just got a little rat popcorn. Watching back and forth. What's next?
That'd be a good use for prestidigitation. Just summon.
Should we? The chest was glowing too, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe we should check the
All right,
chest.
let's go open the chest.
Because I do have beast speak, so.
Okay. Yeah, let's go do the chest. Let's see if there's something in the chest.
I don't know if my voice sounds the same as a rat.
What does a rat sound like?
Well, I have beast speak, so I can speak.
Yeah, I know, but
language.
what does a rat voice
I would say more. Obviously, Remy is the.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so you're going to close the wardrobe and go over and examine the chest.
Yes.
So it is also mage locked. So it's basically the same story. So at this point, I'm trying. You got the front door. Just doing quick math here, because it's been well over a minute you're definitely getting pretty close here to 2 minutes. So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like,
um,
I'm
all
going to
right.
try it twice and then we're going to go.
Okay, then
I'll cast guidance on you when you walk past, so you get a +1.
A +1.
Just automatic +1.
Okay,
All right.
do it.
5, 6, 16.
Your total,
Yep.
your total is 16.
Yep.
Yeah. So basically, I mean, again, it's the same DC. It's the same thing. So you'll have to kind of re-roll.
Okay.
13 again. Man, what? Gotta find another dice.
Yeah, blame the dice.
That's it. I'm blaming the dice. One more time. Nat 20 this time.
It was the dice.
It was the dice.
Definitely
It
the
was
dice.
Definitely the dice.
Sorry.
I had a nat 20. So that would be 31.
Okay.
And
perfect.
I
And
got
you-
17 to 8 if that matters. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it could have mattered if she rolled, a tweener. Basically, she got a 16 or 17, and then you push her over the ledge. So, okay. So you bypass the mage luck on the chest, and you may now open it also.
Quickly, ruffle. I'm doing I'm checking for traps, but also doing a quick toss to see what's in there. And if anything looks good, we're grabbing it.
Okay. So inside there, Zena, you're detecting more magic inside, and you can see there's basically a smaller box inside the chest, and you can just, if you want,
Grab the box.
grab the box.
Just
and-
grab the box.
Yep, got it. In the pouch.
And then there's and then there's a large pouch that jingles.
Oh, yeah. Take the money.
No,
No?
we don't want to get him. I mean, we've already tossed this thing. We don't want to. We don't want to give him a reason to actually get us charged by stealing money. He's not going to tell us about the magic box if it's something wrong. But if we steal his money, he can just say we stole his money.
Mm.
How does he know we stole his money?
Someone saw us, and I keep
Someone saw
rifling.
you.
Said nope. And
I mean, it was dark.
it was dark, but she's like, she's not going to take a chance of getting waylaid by a magistrate because she actually stole money.
I don't know, man.
But she's
You're
a lot of money,
violating
Xenia.
every rule of gaming
Of
by not
fiefdom.
taking random loot.
Right. It jingled.
Is there any books?
This
Is there
man
any
jingled.
books? Any papers? Any journals?
No, you already have a little. There was already a journal and some papers in the desk.
Got piled up now.
This appears to
Says
be
evidence on it.
kind of a long, slender box, not very heavy, and a bag of clearly a bag
If
of
I
coins.
don't go through the portal now, he's going to protect it better.
That's an ironclad argument right there, I think.
We don't have time. And I'm shutting the thing. I'm grabbing the papers. I said, "Come on, Darun," and I put my hand out so he can run up my arm and up on my shoulder.
He's got a sad face and his head is tucked down.
We gotta go.
But I wanted money.
We'll take care of it later. Come on, let's go. Let's go.
There's jewels in there too.
Gotta go. Gotta go.
Okay, you go. I'll stay.
No.
I need you to pick up that book there and these this
Yep.
stack of papers. I've got evidence.
Yep.
Here.
And so I'm gathering up the evidence. I'm putting everything in my little satchel that I have on my hip. Just putting things in the satchel. So come on, we gotta go. Gotta go. Let's go, Xenia. And we're going out the door. And I'm heading to the door. And I'm opening it. And I'm gonna look for people. And then I'm gonna try to head back to where I left Pike.
I've been keeping an eye on the front door from the tree line, and when I see someone show up, I quickly cast color spray to attract their attention.
Okay, well,
Oh, okay.
hold on because
Hold on.
okay,
Okay.
yeah,
Before we get there,
yeah,
Before
actually,
we get to that,
well, because it actually might be out of range of your color spray too.
they're not.
Oh,
You see, I'm just using it to get. They'll see it. They won't be in it. Obviously, I don't want to color spray my friends, but since it's a bright light, it's weirdly like. Besides casting firebolt, which seems needlessly hazardous around all this wood, it's like the only way I have to attract attention.
Okay, so the guy does wake up.
Oh, does
So
it?
you wouldn't see him immediately wake up. I mean, because you moved a little ways into the trees and you're trying to like keep keeping my focus. He's just kind of like pacing back and forth. He's like, I gotta go back. He's gonna find me. And he's just sort of like, you can see he's just on the brink of like having a mental breakdown. Like he's not okay. And you probably wouldn't have, give me a perception since you said you're kind of like paying attention.
Okay. 19.
Okay. So yeah, the guy that was, sleeping over behind the building there does stir, and he kind of gets to his feet and is kind of like rubbing his head and looking around. And then 2 other lumberjacks had just, they'd apparently come out of the mess hall, and they were kind of like, they're in their cups a bit. So they're just kind of like doing a little light singing. And he calls out to them like, hey, I'm not feeling okay. So you're kind of making this out a little bit. So that would be your opportunity if you wanted to distract them. It's not like he's shouting. He seems, you got a sense he's confused.
Okay, and Ismi and Zinnia and
so they
Darun have not come out yet.
They didn't come out yet.
They did not come out yet.
But,
okay.
Yeah. So do you take an action, basically?
How close are they to me?
This is where I punish myself by having these giant maps. It's about 130 feet.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
They're there?
Yeah. So you would not be able to really, there's moonlight. It's not like it's pitch dark and it's clear. So you have line of sight on him, but it is also, it's also it's dim. So, seeing, and they're not holding lamps. So now you see 2 guys have come around that building, and they're having a low conversation now.
Okay. And they are in between, basically they're in between the 2 halves of the party at this point.
Yeah, they're right outside, basically, like 20 feet from the door where the other people are at.
Okay, then different spell instead.
So while you're doing that, Ismi, you open the door.
I'm opening a crack, and I'm listening because I know the guy is going to be waking up soon.
Yeah.
And I'm listening for, I'm looking for people.
You see them right away.
Okay.
So you can very quickly, leave the door cracked.
Yep.
And because you can full on, they're just right across this little dirt road.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear them basically, yeah, what's going on there? And he's like, I don't know. I thought I saw something, and then I woke up over here, and now my head's all fuzzy. And so they're just one of them laughs and just teasing him about having a little bit too much to drink while he was on guard. So they're just having a short conversation over there. Nobody's shouting a warning or anything yet, but he does seem agitated.
Okay.
There's only one way to get out of here.
And then there's a fireball.
No.
Zinnia, the portal's the only way out.
I don't do that sort of thing. However, I will cast Hypnotic Pattern, which for me has a 140-foot range.
Okay.
And swirl in front of them.
So a twisting pattern of colors weaves through the air, so it's also going to attract attention, just like color spray would have. In that Ismi will be able to see it. But I roll 2d4 and add my caster level, determine the total number of hit dice of creatures affected.
Okay. And what does it do?
So they become fascinated by the pattern of colors.
Okay. So they basically don't get to act. They just have to pay attention to it.
Yes.
And they get a will save to that.
It is a will save.
Okay. But it is a visual light effect.
Yes. It does say subtle shifting colors weaves through the air.
All right. So a subtle shifting ball of colors begins to materialize by the 3 lumberjacks. Zinnia, this would be your opportunity. So roll your dice, Pike, and I guess I need to make some will saves over here.
10 hit dice of
Okay.
creatures.
10 hit dice of creatures. So it shimmers in the light, and I have 3 terrible rolls over here on the dice.
Woohoo.
So all 3 of them kind of waver and turn and begin staring At the pretty lights. How long does that last?
Concentration plus 2 rounds.
Man, all right. So you are looking at that, concentrating. Mylan, sees you cast a spell. He's like looking around, panicking. All right, let's just, things are going to happen fast here. Zinni, what do you want to do?
I'm just gonna go with the group.
All right.
Oh.
I know.
All right, Pike, you are concentrating. Pike, give me a perception roll.
13.
Ismi, what do you do?
So the pattern is by them.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Would I know that you would cast that? Because it's obviously magic, right? When I see the pattern, the shifting lights, it's got to be magic.
You wouldn't. I think it is reasonable for you to assume that.
Okay.
You haven't seen him do a lot, but you've seen him mostly mess with people's heads. So
Okay. So so I would say, okay, let's go, because I'm going to go back to where Pike was, because you haven't been able to single us, right?
Not as to where I am.
No. So
That would have been the advantage of color spray, is it's a directional cone, so it would have kind of pointed to me, but
yeah. So I would go back to the outside edge of the first building, because that's where I left Pike. Because I literally was going to go in, grab them, and go, and then we were going to get out of there. But I got to go get Pike, because that would be the thing I would do.
So you're going to slip out the door.
Yep.
And you can easily cover the ground this round to the door of the other building.
Mm-hmm.
But you said you're going to go around the other side where he was.
Yes.
So you run around the other building, and you don't see him. Pike, you would see her. She's being stealthy, but you would notice, because you're actively looking at her. But she's blending in pretty well in the darkness against the buildings. But she's got a smaller from it. She just slinks by. Darun. So Ismi just slipped out into the dark.
So I was on her shoulder as she steps out. I jumped down.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
I thought you were on the desk.
Oh, no, she said get on my shoulder.
Get
I
on
got
your
on her shoulder.
shoulder. Okay.
As she left the door, I jumped down back into the room. Let's go, Xenia.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Okay.
Now it's up to if we can get in it or not. I just didn't. I'll if Xenia's not there, but if the door's open, or you close the doors to the chest, right? The wardrobe.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. This is not fair.
Why not? Just a peek. We'll just peek.
It's chaos.
We'll just peek.
It is chaos.
We got to know what's in the other side. Just a peek. Just a peek.
All right. So Ismi, as you go running off, you probably you sense Darun sort of leap to the ground, but you don't.
I would just assume that he was just following behind me.
Yeah. All right. So you run around. You're on the other side. Darun is over here injecting chaos into the plan.
Just peek. You said you wanted to peek. I think it might be more important to this than we think. That's all. That's why I'm doing this. If we know what's on the other side of this, this might help us in our investigation. You know I'm not wrong.
Okay, Xenia, ball's in your court now.
Okay. I zip back in and try and open the wardrobe door.
You guys are so much fun. Okay, the wardrobe, it's still unlocked, so you can, you can easily grab the handle and pull it open.
I'll stay on this side, so if something happens, if you're not back in what do you want to say? How many minutes? I'll go let the others know that I can't do it. All right, I
can't do it.
I'm sorry, I give you the option, but that way someone knows you went in there.
Okay.
But don't be long.
I'm not. I'm just going to peek.
Okay, 5 minutes.
No, not even.
Not even a minute.
1 minute.
Just peek.
Yeah.
All right, Xenia, you fly through the portal.
I fly through the portal.
I'm scrunching up my little Xenia.
Are you still in rat form?
Yeah.
This is
can
what
speak,
happens when we
though.
go a few weeks without playing.
Yeah.
Store up all the chaos.
Yep.
I am here for it.
It doesn't mean that nothing's going to go wrong. Let's just assume that we always assume something's going to go wrong.
We have split the party 3 ways.
All right, Zinnia, you fly into a large space. Very, very different from what anything I imagine you would have imagined. But I actually don't know what you would have imagined for sure.
Castle Grayskull.
Castle Grayskull. Okay.
Is that it?
It seemed like you didn't say no.
So close.
No, it's not. It's not Castle Grayskull. Now I don't even know what to do.
There's some guy looking in the mirror. He's got a little loincloth on, and he's flexing. You know, blonde hair.
Except the
You're
sword
the prettiest.
except the sword of Eternia is fairy sized, so it's just conveniently just lying there.
Conveniently.
So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to change the display to that map.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
I'm going to let you process it for a moment, and then come back to see if you can describe it to the listeners, because it is very weird.
Oh.
Ooh.
There at the southeast side of the map, there's a little purple blob.
Yes.
That is where you come out. I'm not going to pull your pun over there in case you dart right back out.
Okay.
While you do that, Pike,
Yes.
you hear Mylan kind of shriek, like, he's found us. And you're concentrating,
Uh-huh.
and you're looking at that, but you can glance back at him,
Mm-hmm.
and you see him looking up at a branch above where there is a black crow, like a pitch black of night in the darkness. You probably wouldn't. I mean, you didn't see it originally, but it like its eyes seem to sort of have a little red shimmer in the gloom, and Mylan turns and runs just into the woods.
Firebolt the crow.
Okay, roll an attack.
Bounced off of the board, the mouse. It's pitifully low. It is 7.
Yeah, that is in fact a little bit low. So the bird flaps a bit as your bolt just singes the branch it was sitting on. It turns its eerie tiny crow gaze upon you and goes flying after Mylan.
Thank on it.
And yeah, you just hear him like full on recklessly running through, just like crashing through the brush.
Do I have time for a second shot at the crow while it's flying away from me?
No.
Okay.
No, because it's gonna move its full move and be out of sight. And there's a lot of cover here.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was going to slow down its flying, but yeah, the cover is going to be a problem. Okay, I can't do anything about Mylan or the crow at the moment because I can't run away from the hypnotic pattern.
Right.
And I think it's more important to keep those 3 distracted.
Okay. Isme, make a perception roll.
Hoping she saw the firebolt.
That's what I'm hoping too. I think I did. My perception, that would be a 24.
Yeah. So you're standing there looking around the building, probably considering what's looking inside, and you just hear that distant, because it's 100 feet away from you out in the trees. And you look over, and you probably just catch the glimpse of a little bolt of fire illuminating the trees over there. And then you hear that, a distant yell.
Okay.
Somebody, kind of hysterically.
Do I know that the 2 chaos monsters didn't follow me?
Well, I mean, you look around expecting to see Darun. He's not there, so they must still be in the room.
And I just, under her breath, she goes, the portal. And she looks at the thing, she looks there, and she's like, she's going to go after Pike. Those 2 are together, and they've made their decision, but Pike, she's got to go, because she heard a scream. She's going to think it's Pike.
That's reasonable. All right,
it's reasonable.
You're going to just go.
Yep, and she's going to stealth. She knows the pattern's still going, so she's like he's still doing that, but she's going to stealth as quickly as she can across that feet. She's going to,
Now, when you say stealth, so
Well-
sneaking you have to move at half your rate
well,
versus
no,
like
she's
running.
she's going to run.
Okay.
She's got her cloak and she's just going to bolt
I mean,
it.
it's dark. And
It's
you've got your
dark.
dark cloak. So you go running off. Now, I realize you guys aren't actively controlling them. So Corda and Nipper were kind of just left.
Yep.
Like they're quietly. So, but I don't know if they would respond to any of this. They would just like, you told them to stay. They would stay.
Corda would stay.
Okay.
Let's give another command.
Okay. So they're staying. So Daerun, you wouldn't have heard or seen any of that. You're inside.
Correct.
I'm
just standing right next to the wardrobe.
Okay. So it's you're alone in the room.
I'm just looking at that chest with the jingle. I heard the jingle too.
Yeah, you heard the
I'm just
jingle.
looking at the chest. And I'm having an inner, dialogue of if I should,
Okay. All right. So
just one. You won't miss this one.
Zinnia, you've flown into a strange place.
Mm-hmm.
I felt surreal described it a little bit. It's 50, 60 feet across, has like a central stone kind of ringed area and a bunch of smaller rooms sort of attached to it.
Okay, but all I can see is this. So I enter into this one room. Like if I enter here, then I can see this and maybe into here. That's what I can see, right? I can't see all these other little ones.
Right.
Well, right. Yeah. I did. I revealed the whole map so that you as a player could kind of start getting a sense of this thing. I'm going to give you some personal like descriptors of it. Like it has immediately, you feel like you are in some sort of ancient place.
Mm.
You also feel like you are distinctly elsewhere. Now, that might be self-evident, but not like elsewhere off in the woods or elsewhere. Like
In another plane?
You're elsewhere, yeah.
Okay.
And that, we haven't really described that a lot. I'm not going to get what you would think is, this is probably in the in-between, where it's like the magical space between our world and like the shadow world. That's where powerful magicians nestle these sorts of things. Because it would feel different to you. Especially I think as a fae. Like you would suddenly feel very cut off from the world around you. So you'd be experiencing a variety of things all at once. But there's this ancient feeling. There's this like stone ring that you see. So the room you're in is illuminated by, everything is like illuminated by different types of magical lights. And you want to kind of like talk about what you see in this little room that you're in?
Well, I can't really even tell what all this crap is.
You know what? And that's the thing, is like a lot of it is simply sort of undescribable in a way.
It just like orange glowing lights and some stones and I don't know what this stuff is.
There's like a stone
column.
It's like it could act as a table. It's about a 6 foot square stone cube with writings and things all over it, like etchings and cracks. And it just, what purpose does that serve? Who knows?
Sacrifices.
Possibly sacrifices. And there's these like scattering things on the ground that look like maybe stone tablets with writings and cryptic things on them. There's strange growing things coming out of the walls, vines and like tangling almost bushes, like growing straight out of the rock walls. Because this is, there are clearly, all of this is maybe manufactured, but there's like a blend of natural and crafted in here. Yeah, and there's definitely these large glowing orbs, almost look like they're made like organic, like glowing bulbs almost. So it's not like just like floating light. They're physical like bulbs that are like attached to the ground. And it's all very disconcerting in that one room alone. And then you can see that other chamber has like large cut stone floors set into a circle. What you would see with your line of sight in the center of this whole room, the other room, is there's something out of place. There is a man-made desk. Like clearly does not belong there, with a chair scattered with papers. What do you do?
I will fly to the desk.
Okay. Then I should probably go ahead and grab your pawn. We'll grab the Zinnia pawn here.
Sometimes you got to gamble.
All right, so you fly over to the desk. I'm going to leave your pawn on the other map, so there's now 2 Zinnias.
I think there should be multiple zinnias anyway.
More chaos, the better.
Yep. Oh, is that a thing? A chaos fairy?
I think you just made one.
Just made it.
Okay, there we go. Zinnia is materialized in this other place and has flown like 50 feet from the portal.
My fly speed is 60 per round.
Yeah, but you said you were flying to
The desk, yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just giving the people some sort of sense of scale, because without seeing this map, I think there's really no way to visualize it.
It's a really cool map.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, it's
I
really
did not draw this map, so I don't know if I can get permissions to actually share it, but I will try to do that because it is super cool.
And I will, because I don't want to stay here, I'm going to indiscriminately grab every piece of paper that I can quickly see on the desk, and then I'm going to fly out.
Okay, you begin grabbing indiscriminately on the desk to fly out. Then you're doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Pike, you continue to concentrate. You see those 3 loggers still standing enraptured. You hear Mylan getting farther from you. And you see Ismi like sprinting across the field towards you.
Okay. Since I don't have to keep like Mylan calm, that ship has sailed. I'm going to step out from the tree line so that Ismi can see me easily.
All right, then assuming that you could literally run.
Yeah, full speed.
Full speed.
Yeah, 60 feet each round, so.
Yeah, you could. She's practically to you. So she's covering that distance pretty quickly. We'll move that along so she comes up. It's a couple rounds pass and she reaches you.
Okay, I see. I had Mylan. He was ready to come with us, and I wanted to interrogate him.
Okay.
He saw a crow and took off screaming. I tried to zap the crow, but I missed. I can't go anywhere because I'm concentrating on keeping those 3 guys locked down. Where's the other 2?
She just sighs.
This is escalating fast.
It is. She looks and said, they're in a portal.
You believe they're in a portal.
Oh, she knows you. She knows what's happened. She turned around and you guys weren't there. I don't, if you want me to roll motive, you can, but we both know, we all know
I'm
she knows.
technically not in a portal.
But I said, they're in that room. They're going to have to figure it out. We got to go get Mylan because Mylan might be we need to save him.
I don't want to run blindly into the forest and no one knows where we're at. We may not even catch up to him. The crow had a red shimmer in his eyes. I think he was possessed.
Okay. Which direction?
Let's pick up the other 2, and maybe with Corda or Nipper, we might be able to find them, but trying to track them ourselves in the dark is not a good idea.
It's not a good idea. She's realizing this.
I know you're really reckless and want to get into battle, but sometimes the calm, considered path is the right one to do.
I feel so bad for you right now. You're trying so hard.
She's like, she just turns her head and looks at him. I'm like, I'm the crazy one.
And I just cock my head and give you my furry face and my little amber eyes.
And
just
the
look
little paws
cute.
are right
Yeah.
there.
Totally
I'm
being gaslit right now.
and I'm like, okay. But I mean, like, what are they going to do? I mean, she's not going to go back there to get the.
You didn't know about the portal, though, right?
No.
I had no idea.
Okay.
We found a portal. I told him, like, we found a
It's really
portal.
cool.
I thought I convinced them not to go to the portal, that we could come back if we absolutely had to, but we had to get out. And they didn't follow me out.
You missed the little devil horns on the rat. You didn't see that part.
Okay, so you guys have this conversation, and it sounds like you're just kind of like waiting for a moment.
Waiting for
You don't
just a
wanna go
moment,
back,
and
and you
don't
then
wanna
we can go back to the
Yeah.
building.
Okay, so Dayrun, you're
I'm outside the wardrobe
you're-
just waiting for Zinnia.
You're waiting for Zinnia. You're
Yep.
not going to follow in.
Nope. There was an agreement. We gotta keep our heads here.
It's an agreement.
Well, someone has to know. I'll go in her if it's been like 10 minutes. But
It hasn't even been a minute yet.
No, it has not been a minute yet.
Yeah.
Okay, then Zinnia, you're gathering up stuff. I mean, you can see, you're obviously not stopping to identify it, but it does look like magical research type papers. There's a lot of like cryptic writings and things. So you're just like frantically putting things in a pile. Trying to, probably at this point, are you kind of like tuning out the exotic nature of this place? You're just like,
No, I would say that I'm like on heightened, like I'm on alert because everything is so strange and creepy. Like,
yeah. Okay, then you hear behind you.
no,
It's exquisite, isn't it?
I don't respond. I grab stuff and I leave.
Do you even turn?
Nope, I just leave.
You just leave. Okay, so you grab what you can and you start like flying frantically towards the glowing door, and the light winks out on the door.
No,
Come now, child.
no.
We really should have a conversation. So
How tall are the ceilings?
it's very irregular. The center chamber is like 30 feet tall and kind of a dome. And then all of the outer rings vary between 10 and 20 feet. I mean, they mostly pushing towards 20 feet tall.
Okay. There must be some place that I can kind of hide myself in this.
If hiding was your goal, yeah, I mean, there's so many places you could try to nestle into.
Okay. So I cast Mage Armor.
Always a good idea.
All right, you cast Mage Armor and fly up towards, I don't know, some crevice somewhere. Is that what you're thinking?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then Pike and Ismay, you're still kind of holding.
We're gonna head back towards the building where Ismay left Dayrun and Zinnia.
I did not leave them.
you left the building.
I left the building and the
Yeah, there
Agents
you
of
go.
Chaos didn't.
I like chaos monsters.
Chaos monsters?
Yeah. Agents of Chaos are nice too, but something more official.
Okay, so you two are kind of moving back towards. You're
Yeah.
still concentrating.
Still concentrating.
Back towards your enraptured people. You see more lumberjacks kind of filing out the south side of that building, and it looks like it's getting late, and some of them were starting to wander over to the bunk room. But so far, you're on the north side of the camp.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody else yet has come to join your enraptured friends yet. But yeah, you figured that this situation is precarious at best. But you're doing your best. You're kind of hustling over. Dayrun, I mean, it still has not been a long, like, you.
Sure.
I don't think you'd even experienced any worry yet. I mean, we're
No.
talking about 30 seconds really. So.
Okay. But wouldn't he have noticed the light wink out?
No. So you're waiting.
Mm.
And
Just a peek, huh?
I think we're going to have to wait till next week.
Okay.
Surely, what could go wrong with this idea?
It was session 13. You guys tried to decided to go for it. That's what happened.
Go big or go home.
Welcome back, guys.
All right. Well, we all took some risks this time.
I applaud risk taking. It's an important part of adventuring, and I appreciate the fact that I still have no idea what you guys are gonna do.
Neither do we. So.
Yeah. So cool. Well, thanks a bunch, and we will.
We'll see you next time.
See
See you next time.
Dun dun dun.
Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed our show and want more, please leave us a rating and review on whichever platform you use. And of course, feel free to share us on social media. We'll be back next week with more adventures in the World of Tellus. To tide you over, you can read more about the cast, characters, and the World of Tellus at AdventuresEdgeRPG.com.